family. It's your boy Dwight. Welcome back to the channel, Silverback Sillage. Hope all is well with everybody. First off, do me a huge favor. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And punch that bell icon so you can be notified when I post new content. Now, we're right around the corner from winter, even though here in Kansas City, we've actually had some winter weather. But what I'm led to understand, the first official day of winter is this upcoming Thursday, while I'm doing my designer edition of my winter list 2023. Keep it locked. Well, let's get down to business. Winter 2023 is right here, right now. I'd like to give you my designer take on what you should be getting your nose on, if not wearing. First one is an honorable mention, by the way, because I don't really necessarily pride myself off of putting fragrances in my list that I know you can't get your hands on, or you'd have to spend an arm and a leg for, because this fragrance right here would be higher on the list as far as ranking if that wasn't the case. And that's 1 Million Privé by Paco Rabanne. Beautiful scent profile. With top notes that you basically get, what you get from this one here, you get some cinnamon, you get some mandarin orange, if not blood orange is what you'll see on certain websites. This one here has been discontinued, so it's very, very hard to get your hands on. It's one of the first ones that I know of in the Paco Rabanne 1 Million line that got discontinued, but it's actually my favorite out of the ones I've gotten my nose on. So you get that cinnamon, you get some mandarin orange, you get tobacco in this fragrance. As it begins to dry down, you get some sweet tonka bean and a hint of patchouli weaving in and out of there. This one right here, I only really wear in the wintertime because of it being discontinued and me not having a backup bottle. But it's an awesome scent profile. Like I stated before, that would be higher up on the ranking on this list if it wasn't discontinued. But since it is discontinued and hard for y'all to get your hands on, it's an honorable mention. At the number 10 spot, Bentley Intense for Men. Awesome scent profile. Very affordable when it comes to the price tag for this one here. When I bought mine, I want to say I bought mine off of Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, for around that $35 price point. Some of the featured notes in this one here, it's very spicy. You do get that frankincense that weaves in and out of there, but the notes that reign supreme in this one is the leather and the boozy scents within this one right here. Now, in the note breakdown, I really don't see booze in there, but I know there's booze on there, and it might be on Fragrantica where they actually include the booze, because I get like a rum or a whiskey note in this one here, very prevalent. So that and the leather is the top two notes that I get to my nose, but it's an excellent bargain-friendly scent for the wintertime, and it lasts 10 plus hours. Next one, a fairly new one to the collection, and that's from Armaf, and that's Club de Nuit Intense for the women. Now, what this one is a direct clone of Noir de Noir by Tom Ford. But with this one, the notes that reign supreme for me is the oud is prevalent throughout the whole time that you have this on your skin, and it's stronger than the oud that's in Noir de Noir by Tom Ford. But you do get some rose, you do get some saffron when it comes to the nuances in this fragrance right here. And the strongest two notes be the oud and the vanilla dry down. So it's a little strong with the oud in the beginning. So it's one of those ones, like I stated before when I did this full review, that you don't want to spray it and rush to the location that you're going to. You spray it, give it about 30 minutes or so it can begin to start the dry down process and kind of just allow the oud to nuance with the other fragrance notes that's in here. But that rose and that vanilla, as it begins to dry down, becomes a beautiful thing, and it's a lot stronger and lasts longer than the Tom Ford. Next one that I tend to wear quite often when it's cold out, so far since I've had it, and that's Salvatore Ferragamo's Uomo. Now, this is the original scent, properly known for that tiramisu note that's in here. The notes that actually come to the forefront is that tiramisu note. You do have some spicy cardamom in this fragrance here. There is some ambroxan that gives it a strong presence as far as projection and longevity. And as it dries down, that sandalwood and tonka bean reigns supreme. A very, very sweet gourmand scent, edible if you will. but that tiramisu note is the #1 note in this fragrance here. It makes it very, very unique and make it stand out from the rest. But to me, it's a cuddle buddy type of scent profile that's awesome for the winter. Next one, a hype beast in the fragrance community, and that's Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Now this one here is a cult classic when it comes to winter fragrances that are often featured on multiple YouTube channels overall. But what you get out of this one here, for the most part, even though there's no booze listed in this one, it seems like there could be a little bit of a hint of a boozy note, or the benzoin gives a boozy nuance. And there's vanilla in this one and also some ambroxan. So this one doesn't necessarily project a long ways, but it does last a very, very long time. And the vanilla benzoin combo in this one is amazing and better quality than the price that they charge for this one. Now this one here has crept up in price. It may be somewhere between 40 and 50 bucks, but when I bought mine for like 30, 35 bucks. Couldn't beat it. Getting a little harder to find though sometimes. Next one. That one that's on pretty much everybody's list. Viktor & Rolf Spice Bomb Extreme. Beautiful scent profile. Pretty much sold at every designer fragrance house that there is. But what reigns supreme in this one is spicy, between the black pepper and pimento spice in this one here. Very little grapefruit in the opening, but as it begins to dry down, you get the cumin and the cinnamon. And it goes further into the dry down. You get that tonka bean, and actually it's not tonka bean, it's vanilla. And tobacco nuance that is very, very smooth throughout the whole time. But the vanilla you do get with that cinnamon spice, it's one that's always on most people's winter list, and it's basically an all-time winter favorite. Next one, from Givenchy, Reserve Privé in a gentleman line. Now this one here, in my humble opinion, is Iris done right, masterpiece. But you also get a very, very prevalent chestnut note in this fragrance right here that also intertwines with the iris and the benzoin. But there's also a whiskey note in this one here that is amazing. But it's not one of those boozy notes that make you smell like you've been drinking all day long. It just gives it that nice, smooth, aged whiskey nuance that mixes in with that vanilla and the benzoin, and with a little bit of a almost chocolatey nuance with the patchouli, that the Indonesian patchouli that they put in here. It's a masterpiece, if you ask me. That it can be very versatile though, from a regular polo shirt, which probably rarely wore when it's cold like this, on up to how I'm dressed now. But it's smooth. It's one of those ones that has booze in it, but you can even wear this one to work. Next one, we're gonna branch off into the house of Tom Ford, and that's with Black Orchid Parfum, the gold bottle. This one here, very, very elegant, and is a little bit more of a masculine take on that Black Orchid DNA. But what reigns supreme is the black orchid note that's in this one here, the black truffle, that gives you a nice chocolatey nuance, if you ask me. And then that rum absolute note in here is boozy. Now this one here may be a little risque if it comes to wearing it to Sunday service or work. It's not one of those ones that make you smell like a drunk, but the rum absolute is a little stronger than a boozy note that's in a lot of other fragrances. But it's very, very elegant, and it's a very, very playful scent profile that smells awesome. And you do get some yellow florals with that lang-a-lang, and like wafting in the background is the plum that they put in here. But it's a very, very good plum note. Next one, which shouldn't be a surprise for most lists, and that's Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Now this is the original that I like a whole lot. I've actually got a chance to get my nose on the Parfum, and along with the gold bottle of the Black Orchid, they've added some booze to that one. I look forward to adding that to the collection, but I will say, once I smelled it, with the exception of that boozy note in that one, it could be a little bit redundant. This one here has been out a good amount of time, but what you get with this one is you get a little bit of mandarin orange and some saffron spice, but the cardamom overrides that to a decent amount. Very, very cool weather, versatile scent that you can wear from a t-shirt all the way up to your suit. But as it dries down, that coffee note is the number one reigning supreme note throughout the whole scent profile, and it's very, very unique, and it's like a foreign ice cream note, so to speak. So it's very, very creamy. Haven't seen it in any other fragrance, so that's what makes this one so unique. And then as it dry down, between the coffee note, the amber, and the vanilla is what you're gonna get out of it. Awesome scent profile. Second to last, shouldn't be a surprise either, and that's Dior Sauvage Elixir. While this one here, price per mil, is a little costly, in my humble opinion, but you can find it now on discounters when you used to couldn't before. Very, very spicy. To me, the most mature fragrance that's in the Dior Sauvage family. And what you get with this one, you get your nutmeg, you get your cardamom, and cinnamon. All of those spices are very prevalent and very strong. So this is one of those ones that you want to control the sprays, but if you do wear it correctly and control those sprays, it will be a fan favorite at the majority of this list right here. Lasts all day, 12 plus hours. As it begins to dry down, you do get that licorice note that's intertwined with the fragrance notes in this one right here, and it reigns supreme throughout the lifetime of the fragrance. There is some ambroxan, but it's not one of those crazy ambroxan things that really make it just smell like a blue fragrance. This one here is cold weather certified for sure. I recommend everybody get their nose on this one, and potentially add it to your collection if you like what you smell. And last but not least, it's going to be pretty hard for me to replace this one at the number one spot. But it's my favorite winter designer fragrance, and that's Dior Homme Intense. While within the fragrance community, I hear about the Parfum all the time, and they've currently been having it quite often lately in stock, but I think it's for going through the holidays into the new year when it comes to it being on sale. I do want to get my nose on that Parfum, but since I haven't, this is my favorite within this Dior Homme line. This one here, you get some lavender, you get some iris, of course, which is what the whole line is known for. But as it begins to dry down, you do get a little bit of creaminess from the marshmallow note, and a little bit of a woody dry down. But to me, it's a very, very sophisticated scent. So I would recommend that you probably wear it with at least a polo shirt or Oxford or whatever on up to a suit. But you can wear this one anywhere, and people want to know what you got on, where did you get it. And I will say it do sell at the designers, but I will say it is discounted slightly on discounters. But that's the one at my number one spot. These here are my designer fragrances that I plan to be putting in heavy rotation this winter. If you got some that you feel that should have made this list that's either in my collection or not in my collection, make sure you leave it in the comments and let your boy know. But these are my 10 plus 1 honorable mention. That's my time. Peace.